Chef Ben here, everyone. Today's recipe is Fiesta black bean stuffed pork tenderloin.
You won't believe what I'm going through. It just feels like I can't afford to let myself go. No. Oh.
Hey everybody, now that we have drained the black beans and the tomatoes, we're ready to finish making our stuffing for the tenderloin. We add some onions, salt, pepper, and a couple of cloves of minced garlic. Now that we have all this done, simply mix this together. This is a wonderful, healthy stuffing to go in our pork tenderloin. And guess what? It's as simple as that.
That's what you are. You're burning me like a shining star.
All right, everyone, what we're going to do now is what's called jelly rolling a pork tenderloin. One of the first things you do is cut right down the center of the tenderloin to within about an inch of cutting through it. Do not let this process intimidate you. Go slow and easy and you'll have a beautifully cut tenderloin. Once you've cut down through the center of the tenderloin, you will begin to cut out from the center, keeping it about a ½ inch to a ¾ of an inch thick, cutting away from the center and rolling the tenderloin out as you cut. You do it on one side, and as you see the knife, I'm beginning to cut, and I'm going to pull away from the center with my hands and laying the tenderloin out. We will do that on this side, then we will do it on the other side. And after everything is said and done, you'll have a beautiful, large, rectangular shaped piece of tenderloin. And this is what we will put the stuffing on in order to jelly roll it and to get it ready to cook. But please take your time. Do not get in a hurry doing this, because if you do, you're liable to cut through it or to have holes in it or to have a problem as time goes on. I'm taking my time here, cutting through it, rolling it out, pulling away from the center, and I think you'll see that very shortly we'll have a fully set piece of pork tenderloin. As I said, cutting away from the center, do not let it get any thicker than about a ½ inch to a ¾ of an inch thick, so that you'll have plenty of pork tenderloin that you'll be able to roll up and put your stuffing in. And I'm scoring some of the meat as we go. It's a little thick in some places, so I will score just a little bit to keep it thinner, because that way it'll cook through faster and more thorough. So there's your first side. Do the other side identical to this one, and we'll be ready to put the stuffing. Okay, now we're going to add the stuffing. Lay it out on the pork tenderloin, and you're going to make it just like you're going to do a sandwich. This is almost like a spread at this point. We're simply putting it on here and wanting to spread it around. Take a spatula, get it nice and even and thin. Do not put this on really, really thick, because in a moment we have to roll this little thing up and get it strung up so it can go in the oven. So here we go. Everything is coming together. Getting it jelly rolled out. Everything on the tenderloin. This is going to be so good, and this stuffing is so healthy. You're going to love this, and you're going to want to make it often. In a minute, we'll teach you how, once we roll it up, to put the string on the tenderloin. Alright, there you have it. The stuffing is on the tenderloin. Right, now before we roll it up, let's get a little more salt, a little bit more pepper on this thing. Now it's time to roll. Go slow and easy. You're going to lose a little bit. It's going to squeeze out. That's totally understandable, and it happens. Don't worry about it and don't get upset about it, because the majority of it is going to stay inside the tenderloin. We're rolled up here now, and in just a moment we'll start to string and get it ready to go in the oven. Don't you go anywhere. Everybody, one of the biggest fears that people have when they're going to make something like this is they've never strung up a piece of meat. And it's very intimidating and it can be very scary. But please, I'm going to show you a quick and easy way that should be non-frightening to you to do this. Now watch carefully. You need trusses all down the piece of meat. Take this piece, slide it back underneath, as I'm doing here. Take your string, run it through, pull it up. Truss number one. Pull it back to the middle. There you go. You're ready for your next one. See how easy that is? It's not a big complicated matter. If you do it, it won't take you long. And you'll have your tenderloin ready to go in the oven in just a few short minutes. I like doing this part because it's really not a challenge. Hey everyone, we've got the tenderloin in the dish before we get ready to go in the oven. A little more salt. You can go easy. You can go heavy on the salt here because you have this outside skin. Pepper. Stir it up. We're ready to go in the oven. 350.
For you.
Now we're going to put the glaze together. You have the ingredients, so we're going to assemble this in a bowl. Your Greek yogurt, your salsa, cumin, and chili powder. Put all this together, whisk it together in a bowl. This is going to make an awesome glaze for your tenderloin. During the last 30 minutes of cooking in the oven, you need to baste your tenderloin at least 3 separate times. Put a coating on there. If you have a basting brush, that's awesome, but do whatever you can 3 times during the last 30 minutes of cooking. Here's your pork tenderloin as it is basting in the oven. It looks great, and after you pull it out of the oven, let it sit 10 minutes, slice it up, and look how good it looks on the plate. It's beautiful with the stuffing in the middle, and this is a wonderful, healthy meal. Your family will just simply love it. This is your Fiesta black bean stuffed pork tenderloin. I hope your family enjoys it. It's a great recipe. Thanks for checking it out.